My name is Thierry. I live in a camp for newcomers in Dalarna, where I have been living since I came to Sweden 2 years ago. I imagine that the whole Sweden looks the same, but in the next few weeks, I'm going to travel all around Sweden and explore more about my new home country. But first of all, I will show you my everyday life here in Dalarna. This is like my life. In the morning, I go have breakfast, then I go for my workout, then I come back here, I listen to music, I go. For the past 2 years I've been here, music has been my life. This friend who introduced me to music, he told me if you want to be a good DJ, you have to listen to all kind of music. Yeah, so I come, I play music, I do music, I make beats. Then what else do? I draw those things, graffiti, I like drawing. Then I like playing basketball. Yeah, what else? Yeah, that's my life. I always want to do a lot of things. Like I felt like I have a lot, but I was never stable. So since I came to Sweden, I was like, you know what? I'm in a fine place, better place. I'm free right now. I have no fear of anything. I'm not running from anybody. I'm not hiding. So this is my chance right now. This is an opportunity right now to find the inner person, what I can do. Yes. And yeah, I love doing this because whenever I do this, I let out all my emotions. Yeah, and I feel free. I be me. Yeah, I met Charles from the Newcomers Cafe.
Exactly, in
Newcomers Cafe.
Yeah.
That's when I got to know him, and it was really fine. I felt home to find someone who comes from my own country, where I come from.
Exactly.
You as a gay guy, how have you, is there anything you found good about Sweden? Living in Sweden, anything that you've experienced?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I would say I got my life back when I got to Sweden. When I talk about life, we live once. You understand me?
You only live once, yeah.
And I just felt like I had a second chance to live when I got here. That's all I would say. I would thank Sweden
for giving
God
the second chance of living.
For granting me a second chance to live a happy life.
Compare the Swedes guys you've seen in Sweden and guys at home. Who are the hottest?
Well, that's my secret. Don't let me talk about it. That's my secret. It's my secret.
Cheers.
Welcome and so nice to be here.
Skål.
Skål.
I think I like the fish.
You did?
This is seal?
Seal?
It's,
Yes. Matje seal.
I think I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
What's the whole thing about Midsummer? Why do you celebrate Midsummer?
I don't really. I've been reading a little bit about it. It's the lightest weekend on the year, and we have celebrated for a long time before we have been christened. So it was have nothing to do with the religion from the beginning. And then after many years they put it in to a special in the church too. But it has been for many years. Long time ago, but I think it's the most of it is because of the light.
The light?
Yeah, it's not dark so long time here in this night.
Yeah.
And in the north it's not dark at all.
this,
Yes.
the tree, the pole, and the triangle.
Yeah.
Are there any meanings to all this? Why do people move around, dance around the whole tree and jump like
Yeah.
frogs? You know
Yeah,
that stuff.
that frogs, yeah.
Why do all this? What do all these things symbolize?
Fun.
Fun, just fun. Come on.
Jag kommer aldrig träffa de här personerna.
My first destination is Kiruna. Kiruna is located in the north of Sweden. There I'm going to check out the mines, since I have heard that Kiruna was built because of mining industry. And it seems like it's a popular place to go hiking in a forest. In summertime, Kiruna is light 24/7. Right now it's 10 already, and it's still daytime. Wow. So this is the way to Kebnekaise, the longest mountain in Sweden, people. I don't know how long it is, but it's the longest mountain, and it's here in Nikkaluokta. Almost forgot Nikkaluokta. The biggest part of Kiruna is full of plants and hills. It's not populated. The only populated part of Kiruna is only the center part. And I've heard that's the part that's going to be moved away. I wonder where they're going to be taken. It's really clean water. I thought it was salty, but it's not salty. Oh, this is cute. Wow. Yeah, though it sounds Afrikaanish, Kiruna. Why Kiruna? Like Kiruna. Kiruna. Two hours walk in nature, real nature. This is Kiruna. This is their part, they're big. The yellow thing, this whole part. In the early 1900s, during industrialization, mine and power industry started to take place. This resulted in a huge difficulty for the Sami people to maintain their culture and tradition. Today, the military and companies have interest in using the Sami land. Oh, Jesus! Get this! Damn, girl!
Den höga byggnaden rakt framför oss är vårt kontor här i Kiruna. Och var designad av Hakon Alberg för att efterlikna FN-skrapan i New York.
Our ore is extremely pure with a high iron content and few impurities. iron ore we take up in one day is enough to build more than 6 Eiffel Towers.
Right now we are underground in the mines of Elko AB, of course in Kiruna. Now they have to shift the whole town to another place due to the mines earthquakes that are coming closer to the town.
If you look on the right side, you can see the first deformation area where it collapsed. And this area will be bigger and bigger and in the end swallow our city.
Yeah! You hear that? They are bikers. So let's go. Oh, this feels so good. Ever since I was a boy, I can say, I was attracted to same-sex. Though it was something sacred that I hadn't told anyone about it. Fortunately, I had a secret boyfriend. I could not tell anyone. Around 2009, when I was 15 years old, that's when we was attacked home by the relatives of my boyfriend. And they came with knives and a lot of metal iron bars and everything. So they cut me, and I think their intention was to kill me, because they were saying everything, a lot of things. So I was cut, you can see all the scars. Tied me up, they threw me in their car. The next time I woke up, I was in a hospital. I was in a hospital for some days. Then when I got back home, I felt like, because my parents had already known about the whole thing. So I felt like I have to tell them something about how my feelings and my sexuality. Telling my parents about my sexuality, I think, it's still one of the hardest things I've ever done, because I grew up in church, and the society at large, it was all about man and woman. My mom said a lot of things. I became devil, I became the Satan, I became evil in their eyes. And it's like I was as good as dead. I mean, my dad said that. And the next day I was kicked out of the house, and ever since then, things have never been the same to me. Such was stuck in my head that I'm as good as dead. This is the biggest city I've ever been to in my life. This is the biggest city. I think it's my first time. Yes. Wow.
It's an experience.
This is my first time in Stockholm, the capital city of Sweden. Right now is the Pride Week. This celebration takes 1 week every year to pay attention to the LGBTQ people's rights. First of all, I'm gonna meet Peter.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. My name is Peter.
I'm Thierry. Peter, you're working with HIV Sweden, so why do you think it's important for HIV Sweden to be part of Pride?
I think because this is being part of Pride, you open up and you see that every person have equal freedom of being whatever and whoever you want to be. If you're LGBT person or if you're living with HIV or other things as well, this is an open space for people to be and be respected. And it's about human rights.
So Peter, you know, in Pride we have newcomers. Even in Sweden there are newcomers who come to Sweden, and they have the fear of being tested, because once they are tested and they are found with HIV positive, they think that they will be deported back to their country. So what's your advice to such people?
No, that's not a reason to send people back. So we are actually helping, because we have a lawyer working in an organization that help people that have these queries and have these difficulties in society of being afraid of being sending back. Then contact HIV Sweden and we can help them in a legal way.
Peter, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. It's been my honor.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And good Pride though. Let's
Goodbye
enjoy.
to you. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
This is a very good turnout. So it's good to come for such a big party and meet people and celebrate our sexuality, all of us together. It's always awesome. So I love it. I enjoy it today.
I think the most amazing thing about Stockholm is like there's something going on all the time. You know, there's like events here and there, and if you're interested, you can attend. So that's, yeah, I don't think there's any other city in Sweden that can provide you that. And it's also like you can meet a lot of amazing people in a short time. Like I met you, for example. When I arrived in Sweden, at first it wasn't so much trouble, but after a while, you like run into different walls. For being a newcomer, it's also difficult because like even within the queer community of people of color, there are differences. Like for example, if you're a newcomer, you're facing different problems and you're longing for different things. While if you were born as a second generation, if you were born here, this is your home because you know nowhere else. But if you're a newcomer, you try to make home. You know, like this is not your home to start with. You have to make home, and at the same time, the experience of knowing how unkind a life can be outside of Sweden. That is something that's you have to experience it, you know, because it's like it's actually
Nästa ringfil.
First entering here through the train station, when I stepped in, I just realized that this place is way different from... Okay, we're still in Stockholm, right? This is part of Stockholm. The place is called Rinkeby. Rinkeby, that's what I think this called. Yeah, Rinkeby, that's a place. And it's absolutely different from the center, where we're from. Just, I don't know, the vibe is not the same. Buildings are not the same, the people are not the same. Because if you've been into the city of Stockholm, like where we were yesterday or the past 2 days, you can never think that Stockholm ever has a place like this. Actually, this reminds me of Africa, because this sort of business is done in Africa. Shops out, people are selling their stuff. All day there is crime, so I thought maybe I'm going back to the hood, like the real hood, like I'll find crime, people gambling, others smoking weed somewhere, hiding, or someone is stealing, someone is jumping over the fence, or you know, how crime areas can be. So that's what I thought that this place is going to be like. But this is a clean place for Stockholm, and this is real fine. This is not a hood, this is not a ghetto. This is not a ghetto. This is a nice place. It's a very fine place, actually. S on my chest, because I'm Superman. That's how I used to say, S on my chest, because I'm Superman. Next up is Gotland, the biggest island in the whole country. See that side outside there? It's scary because the wind comes. So you try and balance with the wind, and also with the soft like this. Whew. I always try to go there to stand outside there. I stand out and see the water and everything. And with the wind, it's a bit frightening. But I really want to go and stand again and see what happens. The best thing I've had is I can come to Gotland on a bicycle. I bike around. I come with my tent, I bike, then I sleep on someone's land for a night without having requested for any permission. Oh God, stomping, cramping, oh God, I did that. We used to cramp. I remember that, it was crazy. No, I was stomping my feet like this. I remember that. We used to. We used to cramp. Cramp was the craziest thing on the streets. Aye. Shirtless. Then you see those guys with some nice abs. Oh my God. Then first look at them. Some guys come with nice bodies. But mostly used to be That was one of the crazy days in my life, man. Those years. Then guys used to go back to their homes. And you know where I could go? Wow. Used to go back to their fathers and mothers' places. After dancing, I used to go sell chapati. You know, have you heard of chapati? I sold chapati. I sold chapati. I used to make chapati and then sell them. And then in the evening I could dance. It's life. You know, and I never thought, I never got any worries of someone is looking for me because I'm gay. That's how stupid I was. I never had any fears of that. But I was looked for. I was not safe. It's life. Till I fell in love again. Love will get you killed. Love, 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 love. Love will get you killed, man. I'm a soldier, right? I gotta survive and all the. I'm a soldier, right? And I gotta survive. Yeah, I've not survived only the ghetto. I've survived a lot. I've survived a lot. I've survived a lot. Like when I was new here, I used to go every evening. I could go around the place, I could go and talk to myself. I love talking to myself, by the way, which I still do up to now. I talk to myself a lot. When I was new, I had a lot on my mind because of the fears I had. But later on, I had to grow out of them fears. The more I thought of my past, the more dark my life became. Right now, I'm in a new place, a better place. So I had to get out of that dark world of mine, the past. Then I had to live the present. I had to live my present, and the only thing I had to think of is a better future. Look how beautiful this place is. This scenery is so beautiful. Actually, to be honest, this is one of the most beautiful places in Sweden. Yes, it's old, but it's beautiful. Now I'm heading to the west coast, the second largest city in Sweden, and that's Gothenburg. In Gothenburg, I'm gonna meet Linda, who is one of the 7,000 people in Sweden living with HIV.
Hey. Hi, welcome. This is Lina.
Hey, Thierry. Hey. Would you please tell me how does the healthcare system in Sweden work?
Usually if you become sick, is that you go to your vårdcentral in Swedish, the primary healthcare center.
Yes.
And if needed, they can refer you to a specialist clinic. I think that's the most common way to access healthcare.
And is it accessible to everybody cheaply, or it varies according to someone's status?
Yeah, you can get access cheaply. Like for instance, if you're an asylum seeker, or if you don't have any documents, or if you're hiding, everybody has right to emergency care and care that can't wait. But regarding HIV treatment, if you are asylum seeker or without documents or hiding, that doesn't matter. We still give you. Testing is a very important part of prevention. And that's also important when you come to a new country, that you know where you can get tested. So if you get tested positive for HIV, we want to start treatment as soon as possible.
You know, I'm a newcomer in Sweden. I've been in Sweden for right now. Actually, today I've started my third year. Today right now I'm 2 years in Sweden, and there are new people, many newcomers also who are in Sweden right now, and there is some of my fellows think that once the migration board finds out that one probably has HIV or TB, tuberculosis, or one is LGBTQ, he might be deported back to his country.
Because of this,
Of course, of being HIV positive, TB, or you are LGBTQ. So how true is that?
That's not true. That's not correct.
No, it's not correct. And it's a widespread rumor. And it's very, very, very important that everybody says it's not true.
So, Lina, would you please give me, what advice can you give to someone out there living with HIV?
HIV, it's not like a stop. You can still find a partner. You can still have sex. You can still have a family. And there are different kinds of organizations around the country, and where you can meet people, and you will meet people that have families, that are working, that are traveling, that are studying, that are dating, that are having multiple partners. You'll meet a lot of people and get inspiration.
Great.
First of all, before I started moving, okay, having spent almost 2 years in one place in Dalarna, before I got out of Dalarna or any other part, I had this mind that all places in Sweden are the same. But when I first stepped my foot outside of Dalarna, my mind changed immediately. I was like, okay, no, it's not the same. So the first thing I can tell that I've learned is that all places in Sweden are not the same. They are different. They have the way, first that towns have the way they are planned and the way they are. Like I was saying, Stockholm has the way it's organized, Gothenburg has the way it's organized, Kiruna has the way it is, Gotland has the way it has, Borlänge, all different in Sweden are different. I think once you come to Sweden, it opens you up. The fact that Sweden is an open country, you become open-minded to everything. You become open, you become free. Yeah, it frees you. You become yourself. I like it. I love that. We are in Dolan again, in Falun, and I'm so excited, people. Tonight is the night. It's the night that I've been waiting for. I'm going to get in here, and I'm about to put this place on fire. I'm playing tonight here, doing what I do best, doing what I love doing best, and I'm going to chicka. DJing is tonight. Let's get it.